We just fell in love with this. I mean, massive admirers of Jane Campion's work, but this is an incredibly, typically visually arresting film. It's really powered by stunning performances from Benedict Cumberbatch, Kirsten Dunst, Jesse Plemons, Kodi Smit-McPhee, great cast. Adapted from the 1967 novel Thomas Savage about two brothers and the bond that was broken by jealousy, bigotry, and abuse of power. Such an exciting film, and it's perfect material for a filmmaker who has made a career out of really telling complex story about gender dynamics. So please put your hands together to welcome Jane Campion to the stage.
Well, this is just the most amazing, exciting night. To see so many people in the cinema, it's heart-stopping. I was wondering if we were ever going to actually finish the film, because we had a gap in our production at the end of the shooting of the exteriors. I thought, what could go wrong now? And then 2 weeks later, we were shut down, and I really didn't know whether we were going to be able to finish the film. So to be here tonight with you all and sharing it with a film that's actually got a lot of UK presence. Almost all our producers are from the UK, and a lot of our development money is from the UK, and I'm so grateful for the BBC for their support for me for a really long time. For Bright Star, and also for Top of the Lake, and also for the development of this film. Thank you, Rose Gunn and the BBC. Okay, I would love to introduce my producer partners, starting with Tanya Sagetjian. Ian Canning. Ian is in a producing partnership with Emil Sherman, who isn't here tonight, sadly. He's in Australia. He would really love to be here, but these two guys I've worked with for many years on the Top of the Lake series, and they're great champions of artists and storytellers. And I'm really sorry he can't be here. Thanks, Ian, you're here. Also, Roger Frappier. Roger's from Montreal, and he actually owned the book. And Simon. John Woodward from Bright Star, producing partner of Tanya's. I had the real deep joy of working with Johnny Greenwood on the music in this film, and he can't be here tonight because of being in seclusion because of COVID with one of his kids. But I really want to say what a deep joy and pleasure, and I'm really excited for you all because you're going to hear his music tonight. In a way, it's such a deep and particular voice in this film, and I'm so proud of what he did. He is a genius. It's like very simple, and it was an honor to work with him. Hi, Johnny. Hope you hear this from someone. I'm inviting on the stage now Ari Wegner, the cinematographer from the film. And I'm just another person that can't be here, sadly, is Jesse Plemons. I don't know if you know his work, but you're going to see it tonight. He plays George. And Kodi Smit-McPhee, who plays Peter. Kirsten Dunst, who plays Rose. And UK's own Benedict Cumberbatch.
Jane, really quickly before we start the film, I just want to ask, can you just set the scene for us? Why Thomas Savage's novel? What was interesting?
Oh, you know, I don't make decisions about what I'm going to do. It sort of feels like it comes from the inspiration that I get from somewhere or other. It's like my psyche decides, and I follow as loyally as I can. And this was a great book, and I just couldn't stop thinking about the themes when I finished reading it. I never intended to read it, you know, for material, but I couldn't stop myself asking questions like, who owns the rights? And who is he? And when can I meet him? And, you know, and so just one thing led to another. And in fact, I was thinking, oh, maybe I could just produce it. But no, if I wanted to be involved, I had to write and direct. So here I am.
And it's the first male protagonist. Does that feel any different, sort of writing for a male voice in this way?
This is an amazing male voice, Phil Burbank, and it was such a beautiful journey and a deep journey and a frightening journey, actually, meeting Phil Burbank where he needs to be met. I think when you see the film, you might agree. Yeah.
And Kodi, I just wanted to throw to you, there are beautiful locations in the film. We won't talk about too much detail, but I just wanted to ask whether being in these locations sort of informed the way you approach the character.
Definitely. I feel like I've only shot in New Zealand once before, and it was actually for a Western as well, but in a very, very different one in that. And I've always really desired to return, and I feel the isolation where we were in Alexandria, it definitely played a huge part in kind of keeping us in this somewhat hostile nature of the film that it enters at points. So yeah, I think it was a character in the film in itself. And it was beautiful to always be kind of surrounded and hugged by these beautiful mountains, and yeah.
And Kirsten, Rose is the only female character here. What were the challenges for you of that, if any? Your dress is going to answer. Excuse me.
I think that, you know, that's kind of, you know, what you see in Rose, what happens, you know, in the 20s, being in this home and having all her creature comforts kind of stripped from her, and then, you know, being alone in this house and having, you know, I don't want to give too much away of the film, but Rose's journey is a quite painful one.
And Benedict, Phil you played so many different characters, but he is a more unusual character for you. What was it about Phil that made you think you wanted to do this?
Can I just quickly use this opportunity to find out where my mother and father are?
Woo!
You wrote to me. I love you. And also, not to not answer your question, I love you very much. I can't wait to see you afterwards. Slightly nervous about you saying. I'm very nervous about my drama teacher. First person had to struggle with me trying to properly act. So Jane, you and him can have a massive bitch off afterwards about who had the worst time of it. Martin Tyrrell, are you here? Hope he's here. Everything appealed to me about this journey, this incredible character, one of the richest, I think, in American literature, and something so beautifully brought to light by Jane's sensitivity, the way the layers are peeled off him. You meet quite a hard-edged human being who eventually reveals himself to be quite a lot more complex than initially thought, and you lean into him, I hope. But it's very odd saying any of this before you've seen the film. Hopefully the proof will be in the pudding, as we say here.
Yeah.
Hello, London. Yay!
Well, thank you guys so much. Can't wait for everyone to see the film, and we really are so grateful you're here for our American Express Gala. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tricia. Thank you for having us.